In the last video, we fixed the handlers for Upsert. In this video, let's work on the Razor page. The things that we have to do differently in create and edit is the title here. So in here, we can use the Razor syntax and we can check if model.book.id does not equal to 0. If this is true, we will display edit, else we will display create. We will copy this condition and we will have to do the same for the ID in the hidden property. We'll add if model.book.id does not equal to 0, then we will have the ID, else we do not need it in the create. Lastly, if you scroll down, we need to do the same for the button. So inside the input type, we can just replace this with button. We can say type is equal to submit, and we can add the same classes btn primary, form control, and we'll paste what we had before for add model. So if this is not null, then we will display as update, else we will display create. Let's save this, and with this the Upsert view or the Razor page looks good. How do we test this? We can go to our booklist.js, and if we scroll up, so we'll change this to Upsert here, and we'll also change the create. So for that, we'll have to go to the index, and then if we scroll up, right here, we'll change this to Upsert. Let's save this and run our application. And right here, we'll go to book and hit create new book. We are on the Upsert. Let's try to create one book. Great, this worked. And if we click on the edit here, it takes us to the Upsert. Let's try to update this. Perfect, that is working. If we click on edit in the first one, it takes you to the edit page. Here, we can also add a new text box so that we'll have both of them. So I can just copy this and paste it one more time. Next will be create and create new book, add Upsert. Whoops, I think I switched that around. Let me paste this. We'll save this, go back and refresh. I have one more thing. I'll have to change this to 6. And perfect. Now we see create new book takes us to create, add Upsert takes you to the Upsert, but everything is exactly the same. So with this, we complete the Upsert and how you can combine both of the logic inside a single Razor page.